Hello and welcome to My Mom's Basement, presented by Barstool Sports and another Peacemaker edition of My Mom's Basement with Robbie and Clem. We're going to get into some nerd news and then we'll recap this week's Peacemaker episode. I also want to tell people right off the bat, Clem, we did a bonus episode this week. If you missed it, if you were waiting around for Friday, if you're a Peacemaker recap, you missed an awesome, nostalgic episode with Rico Bosco. I think it was his first time ever on, right? We ever have him on before that?
I don't. Maybe once. I feel like there is a way Rico could have got on here through different rewatches or random topics, but we'll just say first. Why not?
And it was a great time. He came to me and was like, I love Almost Famous. I know you love Almost Famous. We're coming up on the 25th anniversary of this movie. I would love to do a podcast about it. So I was like, all right, how can we do that? And maybe not do a full podcast just recapping Almost Famous because it seems a little niche, a little specific, even though it's an all-time classic movie. So we made it just about the year 2000 in general. We talked a lot about Almost Famous, but then we talked about TRL and boy band feuds and the Marshall Mathers LP and just everything that brings you back to that time. School fundraisers that Rico had to do for magazines and stuff like that. It was a really fun time. Rico's always funny, and it was just fun, like chopping it up, kind of getting both of you guys to lecture me on what 2000 was like.
Yeah, taking it out to the good old days, as we call it, those 90s kids waxing poetic and not letting anyone forget how much they love the 90s, right? It's fun. It was a blast. I always have fun. Rico is truly one of my favorite people just to BS with at the company, whether it's on a podcast or just, behind the scenes and just chilling. I do fully recognize he's a crazy person. He knows that as well, obviously. Yep. But at the same point,
but we ride, we're riding.
Right, exactly. He's one of my favorite dog walk people for the same reason. I think he can just fill a lot of air right there with his thoughts. So I think it was a really good time. The movie is awesome. And again, for people who haven't listened yet, we go a good 40 minutes just nostalgia talk before we even get it. Almost Famous talk is there. We go pretty deep into the movie as well. But yeah, I had a blast. I actually had Captain Cons reach out to me, goes, hey, I want in the basement at some point just to talk, if we're going to talk nostalgia, I want to talk nostalgia. And he was also saying, it's the 10-year anniversary of our No Quitters podcast coming up, which was the challenge, which is a little different than an Almost Famous thing. But he was just saying, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it's 10 years. So all the olds are coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah. And that's a good new segment we could have of just maybe pick a year and have a guest and talk about that year, go back nostalgia. We talked about the top 10 movies of that year, the top 10 albums of that year, the top 10 TV shows of that year, which spoilers, 7 out of the top 10, if you look up the list, are Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on different days. It's top rated Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Wednesday, then Thursday, then Friday, then Monday Night Football, then right back to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It must have just been taking the world by storm.
Back when content was king and we had original thoughts, and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was 7 nights in a week.
Yeah.
And even the movies that year in particular were surprisingly light, So I'll be interested to be oh, wait, the year later, 2 years
earlier. Do a 94 podcast. That would be awesome.
I could do a 94. I think, did Eddie ever do 94 for a dog walk?
They did that as a draft, I think.
I think they did. I was in another one. I was 90. It was the year Fight Club came out because I took Fight Club. Matrix was up there. It might have been 99.
96? Oh, later than that, yeah.
I could be wrong, but there's a lot of good. 99. So again, there's a lot of.
We do 98, year I was born. You could teach me about the year I was born.
Yeah, we'll get Mike Fox on here as well.
That would be good. Yeah,
his brother.
And speaking of Mike Fox, we're about to go on tour, Pup Punk tour coming up. We're playing Indiana a week from today, next Friday. We're doing LSU and Iowa next month. And then in November, we're doing Chicago. In December, we're doing New York. Tickets are on sale for Chicago and New York. If you're going to be at Iowa, Indiana, or LSU, it's just first come, first serve at the bar. So show up. It's going to be packed. So make sure you actually do show up. We played Indiana a couple years ago. There was a line out the door at Kilroy's. It's going to be super fun. And the first show a week from today, unfortunately, Frankie's kid, or I was going to say kids because I always get confused with Roan. Frankie's kid is getting baptized the next day. So Frankie will not be able to make the first date of the tour. Mike Fox is drumming the whole set. So it's going to be our true Oasis moment, brothers going up there hand in hand and playing a rock and roll show for the people. So I'm very excited for that.
I love that. Awesome.
Get tickets now. It's puppunkrocks.com, I think, and spell rocks RAWX because it's rock, you know?
We talked about it with Rico too. You guys are doing one in the city on December 18th, right? So
Yep.
I'm hoping to get there for that one as well myself. You got to bring Kadick in for the Indiana one, right?
Kadick and Ella are guest bartending at the Indiana show, which is perfect.
Awesome.
Two Indiana legends right there. We'll bring them up for a song. We're always trying to bring up Barstool, personalities, trying to get people to come to the show. I would love for Trent to come to Iowa. I would love for like T-Bob or Megan making money to come to LSU. Obviously, we got Dante the Don opening up for us with a DJ set in Chicago. I texted him. I was like, buddy, I would love for you to get up on stage with us once again. DJ Force. He's like, you don't even have to ask. I'm there. So it's going to be fun. Very exciting stuff for Pup Punk coming up. And as we continue the basement keeping, let's tell everyone about Game Time, one of our absolute favorite sponsors. You know, one of my favorite things is going to a ball game with that crisp fall weather. There's nothing better. Throwing on a hoodie for a ball game, going to a night game. The only issue is trying to get to that ball game is sometimes brutal. You go to the website, you're stuck in a ticket queue. The prices jump at checkout. They've got the hidden fees you didn't realize. You're logged out mid-click. All you want is to be in the stands, drink in hand, yelling with the crowd, cheering, going crazy for an Aaron Judge home run in the first inning, something like that. The Game Time app gives the advantage back to the fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in a few taps. It's incredibly easy to use, and the Game Time guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic MLB tickets on time and at the best price. And the fees are always included. So what you see is what you pay. If you pull up Game Time right now, Mets have a game tonight at Citi Field. You can get in there for $11, Clem. $11. That's like, you can't even get lunch in the city for $11.
Feels like a death march. That's probably why. But it's Jacob DeGrom versus Jonah Tong, who's like one of our young pitchers. So it's a pretty cool
DeGrom comeback game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Is there like a bad blood there, or will he get cheers when he comes up?
No, at this point any bad blood is towards our team right now. So okay. We will get cheers. We're even saying you'd appreciate this. Simple Man, it was always his warm-up song.
Oh, I love that.
So I'm like, I hope they play that for him.
They should. Yeah, they should. Was he the Dark Knight?
What?
That
was Harvey. Matt Harvey.
Damn. Well, you got your Dark Knight bingo card checked off real quick today. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code MMB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code MMB for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today.
Let me tell you where I'm sending people, Bob, because we had a Game Time ad on our thing, and obviously I'm not going to say, hey, you have the Mets game, but tonight's is a good game. Savannah Bananas at Yankee Stadium this weekend.
Oh, shit, the Bananas. I support the Bananas. People crap on the Bananas. I'm a full supporter. I grew up a diehard Harlem Globetrotters fan. I loved and I know they don't like that. The Savannah Bananas are like, we're not the Globetrotters. We actually play. I get it. You're kind of the Globetrotters. Okay. Respect. kind of the And I say that with love. I love the Globetrotters. I shouldn't get us copyrighted there, but I'm a Globetrotters diehard. So respect to the Bananas.
Yeah, but the kids love it. I have fun watching it. The kids go nuts for it. I thought $51 at Yankee Stadium for Savannah Banana tickets. I'm like, oh my god, because those tickets are tough to come by. Let me tell you, if I wasn't going to a wedding, we had planned on going, but I'm going to a wedding. So go to your Savannah Bananas or watch the Mets get Savannah Banana and probably buy the Texas Rangers. One or the other.
All right, before we get into Peacemaker, we've got some news to talk about, and I feel like the first one should be kind of going off what we talked about last week with Jose, where we talked a lot about what Man of Tomorrow could be. We saw the pictures, comic pictures of Superman and Lex together, Lex in the war suit, and there's a lot of speculation. Is this a Superman and Lex movie? Is this a Lex-led movie? Are they going to team up in this movie? James Gunn did Howard Stern this week and pretty much said yes. He said this is a Superman and Lex movie. Stern just straight up asks, he's like, so who's the villain in this new one? Let us know who the villain is. He's like, well, we haven't revealed that yet, but it is going to be as much a Lex movie as it is a Superman movie, and they will have to team up to face a common threat. Now, everyone's saying it could be Brainiac. If you listened to our show last week, Jose laid out a couple people it could be. It could be Mr. Mxyzptlk, which everyone like joked was like this ridiculous character for so many years. He's got the crazy, it looks like the villain from like Wreck-It Ralph almost, or I should say the villain from Wreck-It Ralph looks like him. But I'm very excited for the potential of this. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor was maybe my favorite part of Superman this year, where I'm like, all right, is it going to be a little weird to see them team up after he fucking shoots Superman's favorite street cart vendor? Yeah, maybe. I'm sure James Gunn has figured out how to explain his way around that and make it a team up for the time being for the greater sake of the world. But I'm excited to see what this could be. We've never really had, unless you could say like X2 is as much a Magneto movie as it is an X-Men movie. Like there's little things you could point to, but I'm not sure we've had like a solo villain, solo hero team up, face a villain for the whole movie.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it plays out. Again, I would have loved if they really steered into making Lex a real motherfucker for a few more movies and then did it. But again, you can't really. Timing's the timing, is what it is. You guys seem stoked about it. I'm stoked about it if you guys are stoked about it. It's kind of how I do with all the DC stuff. And Jose with Brainiac. And then I can't even say that guy's name, by the way, is spelled completely different than the way you guys say.
Well, the way to defeat him is you have to make him say his name backwards.
I don't even know what. Is this a bit? What am I doing with it right
It's not
now?
a bit. It's not a bit. That's the way. It's like such a golden age, I think. Thing maybe silver age. I'm not even sure. You got to make him say his name backwards, and then you defeat him like that. Yeah.
What in the world?
I don't think that's going to be part of the James Gunn movie, personally.
I bringing that in. James Gunn was on. Oh, what's the name of that podcast? Because you said how you said he was on Stern. It reminded me he's on.
Is it Smartless? I know he was on that recently. I listened to that. I thought that was great.
Yeah. I have to listen still, but for people out there that want to listen after, your second favorite podcast of the week involving James Gunn, the Smartless podcast with him on it, because you said he was on Stern. I'd love to hear that as well. I realized I really want to learn more about it. My wife threw on Guardians 3 the other day, just on a whim, and the whole family just sat down together like we were watching fucking the Thanksgiving Day parade. It was a very wholesome moment we had in the house. So shout out James Gunn. The boy's building, Bob. The boy is building right now.
He is. Speaking of people that are building, they're trying to build this Spider-Man movie up. Tom Holland's been out in the press talking about it a little bit. He said he wants to do justice to Peter Parker's character in Brand New Day. He says, I want to bring the fans something that's really worthy of their time and very grateful for their investment in our franchise. And there were some pictures. I don't know how this worked out, but fans were able to go to the set of Brand New Day and Doomsday last week, like a select group of fans. And there's a picture of a couple fans with Tom Holland, the guy that plays Ned. I'm sorry, I love Ned. I don't know his real name. And Zendaya. And Ned is wearing an MIT shirt, so we know, okay, we're continuing this. He got into MIT in the last movie. He's going there now. Zendaya is wearing a hoodie, pulled up like Kenny from South Park. People think not to reveal her hair. The thought is maybe she's finally got that Mary Jane red hair in this movie, which would be pretty awesome. She did it, I think, for either Homecoming or Far From Home, for just like the red carpet and press tour. She just did red hair, and everyone was like, holy shit, why aren't they doing that in the movies? It looks perfect. So I'm excited to see if that's what we think it is.
First of all, the guy's name is just Ned. The guy's name is
I know what Jacob something, I think. I want to say Jacob is his real name.
Oh, let me tell you, Rob, his name is Ned. It's fucking Ned. And he has one period. Ned from Spider-Man, if you want to like have a last name, it's Ned. That was one thing that like I would like fleshed out a little more, is the Peter Parker side of things. I feel like we've had our Spider-Man with Holland bouncing all over the place, and there's definitely been some stuff, but like your local neighborhood Spider-Man, let's bring that guy back, which I think this whole movie is about. So I think it's the perfect time to do that.
Sounds like a knockoff version of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Your local neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh, did I say local?
It's the Dollar Tree Temu version. Like, yeah, local neighborhood one. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's what they would put on the action figure, like when they have those like Mexican-made bootlegs, and it's like, where is this stuff from? It's like your local neighborhood. Yeah.
There's like a classic. You ever see the Michael Jordan one, where it's like the Michael Jordan figure is number 22, and like Bills is the thing. Yeah, there's balls, I think, instead of balls on the jersey. It's
balls. Oh, Lenny Ball should have done that while he's at Barstool. How did we not have a Bulls jersey that just said balls?
Balls 23, and oh man, we could have done some sweet stuff. Yeah,
like a 5.0 or something, because that's the ball scale. That's his number. This story I don't know how to feel about, to be quite honest. The Sphere has held talks with Disney about showing Star Wars and other films at the venue. A deal has not been made, as Disney wanted more involvement in making the movies for the Sphere, but they're talking about it because the Wizard of Oz apparently is making like $1 trillion at the Sphere right now. And I feel so pulled in two directions, because if you were to say to me, Robbie, what's the number one thing you'd like to watch on the awesome Sphere screen? I would say Star Wars for sure. Like wouldn't even think twice about it. Maybe The Dark Knight too, but I would say Star Wars right away. Everything that I've seen from the Wizard of Oz one makes me want to walk that back, because they cut like 40 minutes out of the Wizard of Oz. I think it's a 60-minute version of the movie. They CGI'd David Zaslav's face onto a background character, the CEO of Warner Brothers, because they want to give him a cameo, which feels eerily similar to like Bezos wanting a cameo in the new James Bond because he bought it, or he wants his wife to start her movie career in the new James. It's like, all right, I don't love that. And the backgrounds, some of the generated backgrounds, I know you have to like generate backgrounds because the Wizard of Oz wasn't made for a fucking 360-degree sphere. But some of them just, I hate to be this guy. I'm not like an AI slop guy. It looks like AI slop to me. It looks like you're like taking the life out of it, where I'm like, all right, we were already up in arms about the tiniest little changes to the special edition. You're giving me an hour-long version of Star Wars with a bunch of changes, and fucking Bezos is going to be in the background. Although my cousin sent this to me. A lot of people sent this to me, and they were like, this is right up your alley. And I kind of told them, like, I don't know if it's right up my alley. My cousin did say, like, maybe they could CGI your face onto someone in the cantina. And I was like, I'm sold. I'm in. Take my money.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the points you made about it were probably a lot of the points people were making when they saw the special editions for the first time, right?
Yeah.
So, like, kind of as you alluded to earlier.
Time's a flat circle.
I mean, it's like, I guess the vibes have been a little too good in the Star Wars universe. Everyone's like in harmony, kumbaya with each other right now. We're singing kumbaya. Maybe we just need to like throw it on there and be like, I can't believe they took this out. Well, that scene was always a little extra, and I didn't really like it anyway. So throw some
discourse around that. Oh my God, it'll be more polarizing than The Last Jedi.
I don't need any more of this Star Wars discourse. God, but I also really want to see it.
I know. That's the other thing. Is like, imagine seeing the trench run at the Sphere. Like, yeah, that'd be awesome.
So this is the thing. If you're choosing one of them, you have to choose the original, because that's what made it. And the 50-year anniversary, it all just lines up perfectly. That being said, I'm an Empire guy, and if I could see Empire on there, and do they have an orchestra?
Like a Star Tours type thing. What if they did that? Just pitching out ideas instead of being like, we're showing a full movie. What if you like lean into the fact that it's kind of a highlight reel of the movie, and you lean into it and you say, we're going to show you the best scenes from the original trilogy with a new fucking John Williams score. Like you said, like an orchestra, get an orchestra out on the stage that's made for concerts, and do something like Star Tours. I mean, you go to Star Tours right now, you're in a planet from the sequel trilogy, then you go to the prequels, then you go to the originals, and it's still awesome. It makes me motion signals, but it's still awesome.
Bob, can that orchestra or whatever you want to, can that be the Boston Pops? Just so I have the name and I'm like, oh,
yeah, sure, the Boston Pops, yeah.
I'm in.
I think that could work. I think I would rather see that than like a bastardized version of one movie.
Yeah, I'd be fine with it being the 50-year anniversary of the original for that reason, and because it was a technological marvel. It's just, will it work on there?
Yeah.
Like anything that has to be changed, whether you're taking scenes out, whether you're doing AI slop in the background, you can't put like George Lucas' face on anybody. That's like number one. But like, give me the theatrical, give me the original, put it on that Sphere. How does it look? Because it might look terrible, just the way you said, with not made for a Sphere, which is hilarious. Trying to explain to the person that made Wizard of Oz, we're going to show this on a 360 would probably have made their head explode in like 1941 or whatever the fuck it was made. But yeah, I would probably go, but I am sold with your highlight reel, original trilogy only. Let's come to a fucking agreement now. We're not touching this prequels. Don't do it.
It's so funny you say that, because literally as we were talking about it, I was going to be like, maybe we throw in a couple prequel planets as well too. Like being on Crate would be cool.
No, don't you definitely, no Last Jedi planets are allowed. That is for sure.
You don't want to go to Canto Bight at the Sphere?
I will allow one part of the prequel in the entire thing.
Okay.
And it's literally the poster of little Jake as Darth Vader. That's the
I thought you were going to say Duel of the Fates at the Sphere? Clem.
No, because once you dabble in
give me an inch. I'll take a mile, but give me an inch.
No, I'm giving you the poster, a still image. That's all you're getting. Because when I saw that still image, I go, holy shit, they're going to crush this thing. It's perfect. That's
one of the greatest posters of all time.
That poster is still perfect all these years later. Like all the like bad feelings I have in my personal heart for the prequels, I don't feel when I see that posters to this day. Still, I'm like, it's still there's good in them.
Another news item we had, just real quick, we got another look at the Marvel Zombies series where they have Marvel, or not Marvel, but Zombie Scarlet Witch and Zombie Namor. I don't know how to feel about this because I didn't love What If, obviously. I never loved the animation style of What If, and it's carrying that over. But this is TVMA, and it's like a 4-episode series. You throw the TVMA on it, my ears perk up a little bit. I'm like, that wasn't What If. What If felt like TVG for the most part. So I don't know. I think releasing it around Halloween is smart. I like that Marvel's kind of continuing along this trend of, we had Agatha, we had Werewolf by Night, giving us some kind of like spooky content around October. I'm intrigued. My hopes aren't like super high, but they're not on the ground level.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. This is the thing for me. And again, this is just me personally. I see that. I think What If. I think like that era of Marvel TV, Marvel in general, and I'm just out. Like, you would have to be like, this is so good, you have to watch it, blah blah blah. And at some point you could convince me. I'm also, there's the other thing is I'm not a zombie guy, you know that. So because of that,
not
but
a spooky guy really, even in general.
But if you like, even at this point, if you did another What If kind of animation, I'm going in like, man, you guys haven't shown me shit at this point, you know? Whereas now DC is at the opposite. You tell me James Gunn has this thing coming out, I'm like, he hasn't missed so far, so I'm in.
I know. I still can't believe how much we, both of us, I think, like Creature Commandos. Like, I went into Creature Commandos with kind of similar expectations of like, I'll see. I'm not really super interested in this. Rick Flag Sr., I guess. Like, that's the character we know in Weasel. And I left being like, I think about that Weasel episode all the time. I'm like, that was fucking television right there.
Oh, absolute cinema. And the GI Robot stuff was
that episode was so amazing. I loved the Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein shit. And someone pointed out Bride of Frankenstein is so much taller than Ginger Cool in that cartoon. And he towers over everyone else in Peacemaker. So they're like, how fucking tall is the Bride of Frankenstein?
I think I saw a glimpse of it. Was it, where did I say? It was the last time when I was watching Peacemaker. I saw a glimpse of that show. I don't know where it was. And I'm like, man, I just have such a warm feeling in my belly about it.
I know, it was great.
Did we rank it? Did we put it like in where we rank it to Marvel shows?
I don't remember.
So if we like, we'll talk it through right now real quick. I'll put Loki above it because I think Loki was like the best.
Daredevil goes above it, I think, easy.
Daredevil up because like, I think live action always has a foot up on.
Yeah. I still love Hawkeye for being like an awesome Christmas series.
Yeah, I'd have to rewatch that, but
WandaVision had much higher heights.
Yes, the highs were higher, and then the lows was just because we wanted so much from it. But man, I'm telling you,
after that, like, it might be Creature Commandos. It was tremendous. If you skipped out on that, if you were like, I like superheroes, but that was a cartoon, highly recommend going back, especially now that you could binge it. It's such a quick binge.
Yeah, such a quick binge. That was the other thing. The shows were quick. And like, I know people like Moon Knight. That's kind of like got a little bit of love posthumously, I guess, if you want to even say that. I think it's definitely better than Moon Knight. And I was fine with Moon Knight. I had no real problem.
Yeah, I liked Moon Knight a lot, but I think about Creature Commandos a lot more than I think about Moon Knight. And I don't think it's just recency bias. I think it has more moments where I was like, oh my God, that moment ruled. Oh my God, that moment ruled. Moon Knight, I feel like I think about the first episode and I think about the post-credit scene of like the cab, like him turning around in the cab. Like, outside of that, it got a little weird for me, Moon Knight.
Got extra Egyptian on our asses. So
yeah, we got extra Egyptian on our asses. We were trying to follow the afterlife, the realms, this, that. Ethan Hawke was real good as the villain. I liked him in that. I remember him being great. And I liked who was his like sidekick, not sidekick. I shouldn't say that. Misogynistic. The Beetle, the what was her name? Moon Knight Girl Hero. The Scarlet Scarab. Called her the Beetle.
The Scarab.
Yeah. She was good. I remember her costume being super badass. I was like, I could see like more of the two of them together. Maybe do that Midnight Suns thing ever. Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, and all that.
And that could be very good, right? That could be very good.
Yeah, but like Oscar Isaac, it was no fault of his. He was perfect as Jake Lockley or whoever he was playing at that point in Moon Knight. He was great.
And I'm sure there's probably some shows we're forgetting here. but I don't have Werewolf by Night. Now that was just a one-off. I mean, X-Men 97 I don't count as part of that.
Yeah, that I would put X-Men 97 above Creature Commandos.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like, Echo, no. Agatha all along, you saw that. I didn't see it. The Iron Grooves are shorts. Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, even though we like She-Hulk, I wouldn't put it above it for sure.
No.
What If was such a fucking missed opportunity. Falcon Winter Soldier, I wouldn't do that. I don't know about you. I know you're more of a Falcon Winter Soldier. And I'll tell you what's not. I'm not even going to say it.
Close.
I'm not even going to say the one that I definitely know is not higher than it. Because
we know. We all know.
I'm not going to say it this episode. I might say it later. Organically.
What else did we have? Oh, we had this official, quote unquote, official Avengers Doomsday light show and some art shown at Walt Disney Studios Marketing Expo in Shanghai. So a lot of people are saying the first look at Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom. There's this picture of Doom. He looks fucking great. He looks badass. I'm going to say right now, I do not think this is the first look at Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom. I think at some point they were like, can you make like a Dr. Doom thing to promote Doomsday? And they made that. I don't think that I think there would have been more thought put into, hey, we have this massive light show going on at the Marketing Expo in Shanghai. Let's make sure that's not the first place people see this stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure there was the shot in the light show of him pulling out Thanos' spine. Like, they're not revealing scenes from Doomsday like that, guys. I think this is just a Doomsday light show that features Dr. Doom, but it's not the first look at Avengers Doomsday, if that makes sense.
It's a little Doom hype show we're doing right now.
Yeah, which I'm fine with. I thought it was cool.
We have plenty of material in the comics we can use here, and let's just use that kind of stuff. And I think Marvel's on the right path. Maybe you told me a couple of years ago someone might have done something like this and completely fucked it up. Yeah, I think now Feige has the airplane is level now.
I'll eat my words if that winds up being the first look, though. I'll do the Frank the Tank. I'll write it down. I'll rip it up. I'll eat it. I'm putting my reputation on the line here.
September 12th, it was just mentioned. He will do it, folks. I promise you. I kind of want it to be the case now. I kind of want to see the paper.
This James Gunn quote I just thought was interesting. Not as much a news item as something that I just wanted to bring up. He says Millie Alcock as Supergirl might be the best casting he's ever done. He said she's absolutely stunning as Kara Zor-El in the movie. And for him to say that about a movie that's not his is kind of crazy to me. I know he cast her for this universe. It's his universe. Cast her for Superman as well. But for him to say that about like a movie that he didn't make, I'm like, huh. Again, every time he says something about a movie he doesn't make like this, I'm like, he said The Flash is one of the greatest movies of all time. So temper expectations. But I mean, we loved Millie Alcock on House of the Dragon to the point where we told Trent they were doing a time jump and he just about had a heart attack. He was like, no, please, no, God, no.
God, not my sweet Millie. And I loved her in Superman. I know Mike Francesa was very what is she on sort of drugs?
What
the drugs thing.
Drunk Superman, on drugs, yeah.
He couldn't get over just how she seemed inebriated, which it sounds like that's just what she does, which kind of makes me love Supergirl more. And
yeah,
Millie
got some trauma to deal with.
Yeah, and hey, our girl Millie, Golden Globes, there's that video of her where she was fucking 10 sheets to the wind.
Yeah. And people say, is that what got her cast as the drunk Supergirl?
So I am a fan. I am very excited she is. And again, every James Gunn quote has to have the brakes pumped with it, but like, let's fucking roll.
The comic is so good too. I'll have my little Jose Youngs moment here. Go out to comic stores, get Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow by Tom King. It is a tremendous read. You don't have to be a Supergirl fan. You almost don't even have to be a fucking comic book fan. It's just like a really cool, out there, spacey, sci-fi type. Like I've said it before. I sound like a broken record. It's like an intergalactic road trip movie they're gonna make. Like they're gonna be bouncing around. Jason Momoa's Lobo is gonna be in it. That's gonna be badass. Crypto's back. I know some people said too much dog. I feel like that's like Dave saying too much bacon on the Casey's breakfast pizza. How can there be too much dog? Yeah, I'm very excited. I think this is major potential for a great hit. It's also Craig Gillespie, who I love as a director. Him doing I, Tonya, Dumb Money, Cruella. I like all his movies, really.
June 26, 2026. So that is, and then Clayface has
under a year away.
September 11th for Clayface?
I know. Putting anything out on that date is a little weird.
25-year anniversary feels, I'm going to say they're going to move that back. That just feels...
They might, yeah. And it's going to require probably a lot of CGI and whatnot. So maybe although we said that about Superman and they got that out on time. Like they were they were pretty fucking quick with that. There's been a lot of stuff from the CLAYFACE set, a lot of cool, like little Easter eggy type stuff. There's a club that like Zatanna performs at. There's a Flying Graysons poster. There's like a thing that says like join the Joker, which I'm already like, all right, pump the fucking brakes on the Joker, buddy. But a lot of cool, like kind of horror level stuff. There's a picture of the guy playing CLAYFACE with like bandages and almost like a NBA type clear mask on his face, like when people break their nose, but then they got to play. Almost look like that with bandages and blood and stuff.
Rip Hamilton. That's who. Like the guys just start wearing them after their faces. They just get used to the mask. They get better with it.
But yeah, again, if you're like, I want CLAYFACE now, go watch the Feet of Clay episodes on HBO Max. That's what the movie is literally going to be based on. So you can get a little taste of it there. So funny still that the first like 4 movies coming out of the DCU are Superman, Supergirl, Superman 2, CLAYFACE. Like, oh, CLAYFACE, what a step up for him. But the perfect James Gunn, like wouldn't expect anything else from him.
And it's like Creature Commandos, Peacemaker are the show. It's crazy.
And speaking of Peacemaker, he's in Fortnite now, which is so funny to me. I know he's not the first like rated R character to be in Fortnite, but he's pretty fucking raunchy. Like I'm picturing AJ being like, oh, I want to play as this guy. Dad, can I watch that show? It's like, no, absolutely. You got another 10 years before you can watch that show.
AJ has a thing now where he falls asleep watching the night games of the NFL because he is so excited football's back in his life, which makes me so happy, obviously. But he was knocked out on the couch. And I'm like, do I throw Peacemaker on now? Because the game was over. And I'm like, I'm going to bring him to his room because there's no way I want him waking up because I don't know what's about to come our way, right? So, like you said, he gets into because he falls in love with some of these characters in Fortnite. And he wants to learn more about them.
The Stormtrooper specifically.
Yes, the Storm, and he's now learning about Power Rangers because it's Power Rangers, which I mean,
nice.
for you younger, well, that was probably even before your time, Bob. You were a baby.
I grew up huge Power Rangers fan though because I had all the hand-me-down toys from my brother.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So they were the Power Rangers where it was like their helmet, but then you press the button on their back and it flips, and then it's their face. Oh, yeah. Those were the best toys.
The only thing I will say for Peacemaker that's good about this in the game is it's always weird when it's the wholesome characters in the game. Like AJ said, Homer Simpson's gonna be in the game. I'm like, I don't want to shoot someone with a gun with it. Like Homer should not be shooting people, right? It feels weird. Thanos, I'm Thanos. Thanos, gun guy. Peacemaker, gun guy. Homer Simpson,
big time gun guy. Yeah.
Big time.
I actually rewatched a little bit of the Suicide Squad this past week. The scene, and they kind of do it in the last episode, I think, where they could be doing it, where if he was killing the Sons of Liberty and the world is what we think it is, maybe he was killing the good guys. They do that in the Suicide Squad to such a funny degree when they're going into the village and they're getting him and Bloodsport are taking everyone out. And then they go to the camp, the little hut that they need to be to. And they're like, where's the rest of my team? They're like, oh. So funny. That and the scene with Polka Dot Man in the forest where he sees everyone as his mom. He's got his mom's face. So fucked up, but so
I gotta dabble in that again. I gotta dabble in that one again.
Yeah, it really is so great. And the only other news item that I marked down that I wanted to touch on a little bit, the trailer for Wake Up Dead Man is out, the new Knives Out movie. I love these Knives Out movies. I know there's only 2, but I would say it's like one of my favorite franchises at this point. And they're doing the same thing they did with Glass Onion, where it's going to come out on Netflix in December, but they're doing like a week or maybe shorter, but at least sometime in theaters in November. And this is an absolute must-see opening night for me. Like I'll be in the theater opening night. Cast is crazy. It's got like much darker vibes, much darker theme. It's getting great reviews from Toronto International Film Festival where it debuted. I'm just so excited for it. Josh Brolin, also Thanos himself, is going to be, unfortunately, the murder victim of this one from the trailer.
Okay. I saw the trailer. I didn't realize who the oh, that's right. Yeah, it was Brolin. Yeah, I'm excited. I love him too. I love that it's like an event every single, you like sit your watch it every few years. I love that it's always
make 1,000 of them. 1,000 of them. Every time you just load a whodunit with a cast like this, it's like fucking Mila Kunis, Josh O'Connor, Glenn Close, Jeremy Renner. And I'm still like, is Jeremy Renner playing himself? Because he exists in the universe with the Jeremy Renner's hot sauce. Like everything about the cast, the vibe, the fact that all the movies are named after songs that he's trying to like kind of get into the vibe of. Like I didn't know the song Wake Up Dead Man by U2. And I listened to it right after I watched the trailer, and it gave me chills. I was like, oh my
bumped
God.
up.
Like I was bumped up, dude. I was like, he's nailing the vibe of this song in the trailer itself. Even Glass Onion is fucking like the Beatles song Glass Onion, so bouncy and fun and weird and wacky. Like Glass Onion, not as good as Knives Out, but he kind of nails the vibe of that song again.
I gotta dive back into that one as well. You're making me realize I would love to hear, like, I would love if they just tell me they put like 50 pieces of crumpled up paper with different names, and that's how they choose the cast.
Yeah.
Like, because it is just like, whoa. Like,
it's like a lottery. They put him in the lottery machine. Like,
yeah.
It'll be Josh O'Connor.
And it's like the Street Fighter 2 cast. I know they had to look like the characters, but I'm like, what? Like 50 Cent as Balrog was like the 7th or 8th like tweet I read about. I'm like, that would have been the biggest story at some point. And like
50 Cent, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Andrew Santino, Orville Peck, I think, the country singer who wears a mask all the time. Like, it's the weirdest cast ever. And that like has me so intrigued about. I feel like that movie could either be like the worst movie of all time or a cultural fucking timepiece where it's like, oh my God, everyone's seeing Street Fighter like Barbenheimer.
Yeah, and everyone's gonna start playing the games again. The like arcade industry is revitalized. Anything is on the table because this cast is so preposterous. I'm 100% with you,
Bob. That's pretty much all I had on oh shit, as I'm refreshing discussing film here. Spider-Man fighting zombie Thanos using Thor's Stormbreaker axe in Marvel Zombies.
Okay, well, that's one way to get my interest.
Just, yeah, I'm in. I'm fucking in. And I am a zombie guy. I love zombie movies and whatnot. I actually just saw, this past week, I saw Caught Stealing. Highly recommend to everyone as well, especially you, Clem. There's a little baseball,
I've heard this
intertwined,
stuff in there, yeah.
The Met stuff in there. Really just a fun ass time at the movies. Like one of the best movies of the year, easily. I think it's top 5 for me right now.
Oh, it's like that, huh?
It's awesome. Really, really. And it's not the kind of, I call it one of the best movies of the year, but it's not one of those movies you leave and you're like, that is a film, absolute Oscar nominee. It's just like, that's exactly what I want a movie to be. It was fun. It kept me on the edge of my seat. It was fucking tense. It was engaging. It was like Austin Butler and Zoe Kravitz are absolute movie stars in it. There's some cameos. Vincent D'Onofrio's in it a little bit. Oh, wow. What's his name? Liv Schreiber's in it with Vincent D'Onofrio. They're in scenes together. Bad Bunny's actually great in it as well. Really highly recommend Caught Stealing. It's like a movie that I feel like kind of one of those you could recommend to anybody. And that's not the case with all of Darren Aronofsky's movies. He just made The Whale with Brendan Fraser. He made Black Swan. He made The Wrestler. Some great movies, but not the most quote unquote accessible movies for like the general public. Like I wouldn't be like, yeah, I could recommend The Whale and Black Swan to anybody. Caught Stealing is just the opposite. It's just that kick-ass movie. Very highly recommended.
My mom and brother both saw it and they loved it. And they said I should check it out. The Mets, there's a couple things that Mets related. And I was like, maybe. But like the way you describe it, like, that's one of those movies everyone loves leaving after like a fucking, gem of a movie, a best picture. Yeah. You're like, oh my God. Something when especially you go like a matinee, you leave, the sun hits your face a little different. You just take a breath. You're like, man, I just feel better about life because I just had fun for 2 hours. And those are when the movie theater experience really can, take a movie to another level. So I'm going to, again, I have a wedding this weekend. I'm going to try to get there though. My local theater still isn't back yet. I heard it might be coming back, but I'll go down the road a little further, and I might just have to check this out, Bob. I'm very excited.
I really think you'll like it. Like, I would be absolutely stunned if you didn't like it.
And our boy Matty Smith is in it too, so it's like,
oh, I forgot to even mention him. He's like one of the best parts of the whole movie. He's amazing. I don't know if I've ever seen him in a movie. I've seen him in like TV, of course. He's like a big TV actor, and he was supposed to be in Rise of Skywalker. He will be in Starfighter. But seeing him in this with he's got this crazy mohawk leather jacket. He's doing a British accent that's not his British accent. He's so funny and an absolute crush of a role. Awesome stuff. And I think I'm going to see The Long Walk on Monday, which Clemmer just came into the office raving about it. Clemmer read the book 30 years ago. He's like, I've been waiting for this movie for 30 years. And they lived up to my expectations. Like absolutely amazing, tense. He said that one's a little like gory and violent. So if you want to shy away from that, could be good. It's got our guy Mark Hamill. So I'm like, all right, I got to see that. who Frank the Tank interviewed on the red carpet. Did you see that clip?
Yeah, that's how I know the world. I don't even bat an eyelash. Frank's talking to Mark Hamill about walking and being a hero. I'm like,
he did his Emperor Palpatine impression to Mark Hamill, which I was like, that's just amazing.
Missed that. Damn it.
I think Mark Hamill says something about like, oh yeah, like the character's so hateful or something, got me fired up. And he was like, good. I don't even know if Mark Hamill caught it, but I caught it. I appreciated it, Frank.
Shout out, Tank.
Shout out to the Tank. And shout out to DraftKings. We absolutely love DraftKings. It's your season, your shot. The NFL season is rolling, and every touchdown can bring you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Every game is another chance to cash in. Unfortunately, I did not cash in last night. I don't know if you saw. I put out some of my bets for the Commanders game last night. I was feeling so confident. I bet on them to win by 19 to 24 points. That didn't happen. They lost the game. They were never really in it. I mean, they were kind of in it. It didn't feel like they were in it, but it was a 1 touchdown game. Not the greatest game for the Commanders, but the Packers seem like they're a wagon. So it's like, it is what it is. Won the basement bowl. Didn't want to bring that up.
Yeah.
And then it was the Packers the next week. I didn't realize it was like me versus you, me versus Jose.
It was like a triple threat match. I'll tell you, the Giants aren't going to be the scissor to the paper of the Packers. The Packers are going to murder us when they play us. But that when I noticed it on like at the end of the night, I was like, oh shit, that kind of worked out hilariously. How that game was brutal for you.
Brutal.
And that was almost. It wasn't even as bad as game 1 was for the Giants. So it was like, I got nothing here to be excited about.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the absolute best sportsbook in the business. They deliver unmatched intensity right to your fingertips, from the first touchdown score to anytime touchdown props, with the thrill of live in-game betting. Every snap is loaded with opportunity. The in-game betting's great as well. You could be watching that game last night and you say, actually, the Commanders aren't going to win this game. I'll bet on the Packers. New customers, this one is for you. Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, score over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season is heating up. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BASEMENT. That's code BASEMENT to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. We love DraftKings. Also, bet on the fights this weekend. Amazing Saturday for fights. We've got UFC Noche celebrating Mexican Independence Day. It was supposed to be in Mexico this year, but I think the arena wasn't built in time, so it's not, unfortunately. But they're spacing that out so you could watch that first into Canelo Crawford at night, which is an amazing boxing match. It feels like one of the most hyped up boxing matches in a long time at Allegiant Stadium. It's going to be fucking packed, sold out. I'm very excited for Saturday, and DraftKings will help you make that exciting.
I am very excited. I was trying to, Bob, hand of God, I was like, what do I bet on in this? Because we're going to be at the wedding, but it's going to probably be after party, everyone partying, and it's going to be on Netflix, so we could just throw it on the TV at the house. And I'm very excited for it. And I was going to say, who do I bet? I was going to text Large, and I go on DraftKings, and I see that big, goofy, bald face right there with his picks, and I was like, oh, this is perfect.
You can't ask Large who to bet in a Canelo fight. You know what his answer is going to be.
I was actually going to say, do I bet KO? Do I bet this? I know exactly what.
He came in this week in his full jumpsuit with the headband on. I was like, oh, you're ready for fight week.
Oh, God. And you know what the messed up thing is? I always like taking betting against the old fighter with the up and comer, which I think Crawford is, right? Compared to Canelo, who's been around for a while. But I don't want, Canelo is not only a barstool guy, but he's a large guy who's my guy. So it's I can't bet against my guy. So I'd love to, but I'm going to definitely bet that fight. And there's that whole card. And like you said, I didn't realize you UFC as well. So a lot of good stuff on DraftKings.
And a great UFC card too. Yeah. It's not amazing. It's not a pay-per-view or anything like that, but it's very worth watching. All right. Now let's get into Peacemaker. Was this episode 4 of the season, I think?
You have 4. I saw on the title of the thing. Let me see if
4 or 5. Could it even be 5?
I thought it might be 5, but that's also because nope, it was it's 4. You're right.
Okay. Good episode, but it was good. It wasn't great. I kind of left it being oh, all right. It was just fine for me. There was nothing about it I didn't like. Didn't feel like a ton happened. Wasn't the funniest episode. It was fine. It advanced the story, kind of a setup episode.
So I was gonna say, do I say the S word here? Do I call it
Yeah.
a setup episode? And you know what? Peacemaker has been so good to us, not just this season, but the first season. I'm gonna give it a little. I'm gonna say, yeah, it is a setup episode. Let's be honest. We're gonna say it's a take a breath episode because
I
we're
like that.
composing ourselves. We thought there was gonna be this big showdown at the house with
Yeah.
Eagly and Peacemaker, and there wasn't. And it looks like now we're gonna have it. They keep doing to this
I
every
know.
episode. It would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Where it's like a bit that they're running
Like
on us.
Lost when it did that. Like I was a big Lost fan, and every episode ends with the cliffhanger you thought you were going to get the answer to the previous episode, and it makes it addicting. But it was like it was a little bit of a blue ball situation with this episode.
Definitely, blue balls are real, by the way. I just want that you know, other people. There was a big discourse here at Barstool. I've had them. And my friends, it is crippling. It's crippling. So it's like if you were to say like the moon landing isn't real, and then Buzz Aldrin punches you in the face or whatever. Yeah. That's what if you say blue balls are real, I'm punching you in the face.
Clem is teabagging you with his blue ball. That just got us demonetized.
Yeah, damn it. We made it fun.
I thought the intro to the episode was really cool. It was probably my favorite part of the episode when they hit you with the 35 years earlier, and it's Peacemaker and Keith hunting with the dad, and they see this or they hear a noise first, and they shoot it, and then it's a fucking alien. It's this weird looking like smooth Demogorgon. Like, can I say?
Yeah, that's
like,
a good way.
If you put him through the handsome Squidward filter, and it's kind of crying. Peacemaker goes to say, no, don't. Fucking dad shoots him anyway. He's like, don't fucking tell me don't. Gruesome. And he finds the quantum unfolding chamber. He's got it in like a briefcase, kind of like the Tony Stark briefcase that was his suit or whatever. That I thought that was just like, that captured my imagination immediately. I was like, what was going on with this alien 35 years ago in the woods? And the rest of the episode was just more of a normal, like, you know, what we would expect from Peacemaker without a big action sequence, really, this episode.
Yeah, and he did say in the last episode he's taking a break from that other universe. He tells Hardcore he's gone.
And so I think we were expecting the shoe to drop, and we want that reveal so bad of what that universe is. Like we put it together last week. We kind of felt like maybe we were all expecting that this week, and that's why this feels like a take a breath episode.
And it's definitely Ads is definitely the one who figures it out. She's going 100%. She's going, and she's be like, "There's no black people here."
Yeah, she's gonna realize in 22 seconds.
Yes, exactly. The alien, when they just fucking blast his ass twice. I saw someone tweeted this out. It's reminiscent of the old viral tweet. Me and my friends would have killed ET with hammers. I can tell you. It's so true. It's this little innocent thing, and I saw a bunch of people saying that they thought it was Weasel at first.
I know, because the noises are very similar. Yeah.
But that ET hammer tweet is one of the best. Like, there's
so funny.
The reason we keep going to that shitty fucking app nonstop, and tweets like that are a big part of it.
Michael Roker in this episode, hell of a performance. I don't think anyone made me laugh as much in this episode as him. And it almost felt like he was channeling at times like Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino. He's like calling Judo Master like a little Chinaman. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, he's calling him a cunt in response. It's like, again, if we didn't get demonetized by now, we are demonetized at this point. And then the whole conversation, like I put in my notes, Winkgate, about whether or not Meadows was winking on the phone, and they're all yelling about it. Winkgate that might be the hashtag for this episode. Can that be the hashtag?
Yes, I love it. I love that.
Winkgate. That was so funny. The kid in the back, he's like, I didn't say anything. Well, now you did.
It's so good when you can get like when the kids will be like, I didn't do anything. It's like, well, now you did. It's like, you're in trouble too. There's nothing better than
now you're getting it too. Yeah, you speak up. You're in the crossfire.
And then they brought back the wink later in the episode with Bordeaux, which I loved as well. Like the van conversation was, I think, the highlight of the episode for me.
Probably was, yeah.
The carrying the dead body, I wouldn't care. And then he's like, "Oh, you went too far with it." When they were talking about, I carry your dead body. So that was good. I'm also putting the hand up. I'm honest with the audience. I'm honest with my guy Bob here. I'm honest with myself. Take out the bat, hit the bong. I'm in love with Bordeaux. I mean, like, it started last episode. It is here, and I was just, and you know what? In a take a breath episode. you kind of just like give me some entertainment. And you're just like, I'm just staring into her eyes the entire time because I'm taking my breath. I'm not really doing much else. They're not taking my breath away. She's taking my breath away.
Some of the pictures of her and again, I want to call him Ginger Cool. Her and Ginger Cool together. He's triple the size of her.
Triple the size of her.
It is ridiculous how big he is compared. She might be 4'9". He might be 6'7". It's like insane.
It's White Boy Rick in the Chicago office, just like marching around like hell.
And he sends our main guy Ginger Cool sends the warning text to Chris, which is nice. The episode where they're all on the roof.
I like the stalling he's doing too.
Yeah, he's doing some stalling. He's trying to, because they run at the back. Him and Eagly run at the back. It was also funny to see him wake up and see the gas. He's like, oh my God. I thought it was so funny when he was in there fucked up. He's like, Eagly, were you fucking shit up again? But he stalls and he sends him that text full of typos and seeing Peacemaker try to be like, Angent? What does that mean? Tangent? And that, and then he actually like knocks out Michael Roker, Red Saint Wild. Was that his name? Red Saint Wild,
yeah,
I think the Eagle Hunter. So. Knocks him out from behind. For a second, I was like, did he just fucking kill him? Did it like hit his head on a rock where he's like, I was like, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get more of Michael Roker, but yeah, and we get, I guess that was the big like action sequence of the episode. When he wakes up, he's like, another eagle came in and got you. He's like, well, that must mean the main eagle is the primal eagle that was foretold. He's like, is that really that's what it must mean? Like, that's definitely that was really. And he, when they were talking back and forth, what was it? He's like, oh, we got to kill the eagle. That's the only thing we all agree on. He's like, we don't agree on that. Like, yes, we do.
The fact his name is Eagly is just so fucking stupid and hilarious at the same time. Yeah. I just absolutely love it. And then they also, I did stick around. I fast forwarded for the post credit scene.
Oh, I know.
Post credit.
There was.
So everyone, make sure you fast forward after these Peacemakers.
Did we have them in the first few that we missed?
That's a good question. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that now too.
Huh. So and it does seem to be the James Gunn type post credit scene.
Yeah.
Where it's not like you don't need to see this. It's not teasing anything in the next episode. It's just like a little tag at the end that's funny.
Yeah, it's basically him eating the bird droppings and just listing more foods. Ginger. I'm just gonna call him Ginger Cool for now on too.
That seems so improv-y too. It seemed like he told Michael Rowe, like, try to make Ginger Cool laugh. Yeah,
for sure. Also, when they were talking about like the only people who care about this are people at home watching Game Show Network. As someone that used to have the Game Show Network in his rotation, not high, but definitely in the rotation. That one hurt. That one was right.
Grandma Fox always had the Game Show Network on. She was the best. She would be sitting there with her straws because she quit smoking, but she liked like the habit of putting something like a straw in your mouth or whatever. So she'd be sitting there with her cut up straws, just watching like fucking no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
That's what's his name? Karan Butler was notorious. He had to get McDonald's straws because they
really? Because it was the same thickness.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
So he loved that. I love that. Him and your grandma, Tough Juice. Yeah. And what was your grandma's? Did she have a nickname?
Graham Cracker J, yeah.
Graham Cracker J.
Yeah. Her name was Janet. So at some point she became Graham, and then Graham became Graham Cracker, and then we were like, Graham Cracker, what if we throw in J, make you a rapper? So Graham Cracker J was my Grandma Fox. Yeah, she was the best.
Folks, that's how I would like to say it's like the professional side of me, the journalist. It's not. It's just that's why you just ask questions when you're on a podcast together, because you might stumble into Graham Cracker J reveal live on the pod. That just made my entire day. Also,
that's so funny.
You said the no whammy stop. Press Your Luck was up there. I'm a huge fan. Do you know lingo? Did you ever see some lingo at Graham Cracker J's house? Yes.
With the like, it's the words and it's
kind of like
word. Yes. Love lingo. Yeah. Lingo is great. She used to watch that show Luggage all the time, which was, I think, weird and like almost fake. It was like people would have luggage, but it would be like, do you want to date me knowing that I'm $100,000 in debt? And it was like,
yeah.
If you open the bigger luggage, then she's cheated on her last 7 partners. Like,
yeah, that one's a little
show. Horrible.
I'm going to say that's the stuff. Those are the shows that they were making fun of, not Lingo and Press Your Luck and all that stuff. Family Feud. When my in-laws come over, they like to have something on in the background. Just throw on Game Show Network and just let everyone can just tune into a game show when there's no sports going.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect.
I thought it was so adorable and wholesome how happy and proud Adebayo was about her ad in the paper.
Yeah.
Like that
12.
was just, that
12.
really just, yeah, that really warmed my heart. And then I thought very funny when they get into the big argument and they keep calling him Ginger Cool. He just fucking spits in Tim Meadows' face. He's like, what the fuck? Who the fuck spits in someone's face? He's like, I told you to stop fucking calling me that.
Fresh off of the Jalen Carter spit too, I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
hearts imitating
that really was perfect. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Man, Tim Meadows, just the way he carries himself in this show, I just laugh every time.
I wanted more of him this episode.
Me too.
And I know we can't get like overexposed to him, but like this was the episode where he could have fucking stolen the show again. It's kind of Michael Roker stole the show for me, I guess. You replaced him.
I think that's a fair point. Again, my brain is all over the place because it's him and Bordeaux are going head to head. So it goes to him and I laugh. And then Bordeaux and then I have hearts in my eyes. And then I'm like, I'm double emojiing myself. I'm all fucked up right now. There's a lot of shit going on, which again, take a breath episode. Feel like we're going to have a lot of stuff going on that we won't have to focus on just those two characters.
So then Peacemaker has the conversation with Adebayo about the other dimension. She comes, picks him up. She's the getaway vehicle. He tells her all about it. They successfully reset the portal location. And then Rick Flag Sr. goes to Harcourt, tells her Waller basically blacklisted you from the entire government agency program because of last season. Adebayo revealed the stuff about Waller at the end of season 1, kind of like, again, like canonizing that from season 1. It feels like most of season 1's fucking canon at this point. And he's like, there's one way around that. You bring us Peacemaker, which he knows the history. He knows what's going on here. He saw the picture of the 11th Street kids on her wall. He knows that's going to be a moral dilemma for her, but like puts her in it anyway. And then it kind of seems like she's going to set him up. Like she kind of says yes to Rick Flag Sr. We don't really see what's going on quite yet, but we get Vigilante. He's talking about being in the old unfolding chamber before. Did we see Vigilante in the unfolding chamber last season? I know he went to help cut up the bones and stuff, but I was like, could that be another hint towards maybe the theory of like, is Vigilante possibly from the other universe?
I think that's what we're going to get out of it. I think we talked about it. I was talking to people on DMs about it. I think I appreciate that too. I appreciate they're throwing some, if that happens, little hints. I appreciate the breadcrumbs left behind.
I still like that hint of like, could he be correct about all of his animal trivia in his universe?
Yes.
He's so confident because he's like, what the fuck? What do you mean?
They brought up the spiders again too. So they're clearly like nudging you with that. And Bob, were you upset that they didn't show any spiders? Were you upset with the S word being said?
No, as long as you don't, because like I like Spider-Man,
That's true. That's a fair point.
You could say spider, but it's the actual. If I see a fuzzy spider or something, hate that.
Would you, if you could get all spiders wiped off the earth forever, but it also would mean our spider from Barstool would have to be wiped off the earth forever?
Oh no, not worth it.
You wouldn't do them. You wouldn't snap them away.
Not worth. That's how much I love Spider. Not worth it for all the spiders in the world.
Spider, I want you to know how to go to Frank because this guy hates spiders that much. And he loves spiders. He loves you more than he hates spiders.
Spider's one of my favorite people. He's just an absolute ball of positivity. At any point, he's hyping you up. He's always hyping Pup Punk up. So clip him on Moo Can't Sleep. He said like Pup Punk's one of the best jam bands out there. And then the chat was like, they're not a fucking jam band. This, that. He was like, well, you know what? They're the fucking greatest band of all time. How about that? It's like, that's the energy we want, Spider. Yeah. He's always crowd surfing. He'll be crowd surfing in Chicago, I'm sure. He's an easy guy to crowd surf. The easiest guy to crowd surf, actually. And he's basically perfected the art at this point. So shout out Spider, yeah. And then the ending, I loved the red dancing sequence where he's like doing his fucking ritual and almost warfing to see like the one-eyed what was it, the one-eyed raven from Thrones?
Yeah,
he's almost doing that kind of shit where he sees the compound, he's like, oh, I fucking got you now. And again, just like the last episode, it's like they're closing in on Peacemaker now. Hopefully we get that next week.
He survives. Hope he
Yeah.
survives. Man, they focus on Eagly at that refrigerator too. I thought we were
True. I thought something was going on with the fridge too.
Yeah.
He's trying to get into that one container.
Yep. So I hope they just don't keep fucking with. If they do, but they make it so ridiculous by the end, it's funny. I can live with it, but don't keep playing my emotions here, Jimmy. I said you haven't missed, and you can still have a great show, but at some point you can't be fucking fake killing an eagle for 5 episodes straight.
No.
That was cool though, how it all the magic shit happened and everything.
Very cool. The way he was dancing around, he took his shirt off. The like blue lighting of it was very cool. Again, I would say good episode. It was. There was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing about it where I was like, I don't like that I'm watching this right now. But when it was over, I just didn't have the same feeling I had last week. Last week, I was like, that was fucking awesome.
I'll say this was my least favorite.
Agreed.
If I not going through each episode, but just right now, if it's only been 4, definitely
100% on this same exact page. Yeah. All right. That was Peacemaker. That was the week of news. Again, go check out the Rico Bosco episode if you're itching for more My Mom's Basement content. It's a long episode too. I think it's an hour and 20 minutes. One of our longer ones recently. So go check that out. Very fun time with Rico. We'll have another Peacemaker recap next week. And tell us what year you would like us to recap. If you liked that podcast, be like, I'd like you to recap this year with this employee. Kind of do a game of Clue. Fucking Rico Bosco with the high noon can in the office. Hit us with one of those.
Employee year piece of content that came out during that year, right?
Yeah, that'd be cool. If you made it to the end of this podcast, if you're on YouTube, just go to the comments. Let us know. If you're not, go on YouTube. Hit us with that like and then leave a comment. All right? I think that would be fun. All right, everyone. We'll talk to you next week.